Imagine this moment. You're at a friend's housewarming party, or scrolling through Instagram, or hearing a coworker casually mention they just closed on their new place. The photos pop up: sleek, modern kitchen, open floor plan, backyard big enough for kids to run around, maybe even a home office with a view. Caption reads $1 million home, but it's ours. And in that split second, your brain goes, wow, $1 million. That's a lot, but honestly, it doesn't feel impossible anymore. Our household makes $250,000 to $300,000 a year. If we save aggressively for a couple of more years, get a decent raise, maybe stretch the down payment, we could actually do this. Everyone's doing it. Prices keep going up. If we don't buy now, we'll be locked out forever. That exact thought, that little spark of maybe we can reach this, is the most dangerous moment in personal finance right now. Because in 2026, a $1 million home is not just another step up the ladder. It is a very narrow financial reality that only a tiny percentage of American households can actually afford comfortably, sustainably, without quietly destroying their wealth-building ability and life options. Today, I'm going to show you exactly who can genuinely afford a $1 million home in 2026. Meaning they can buy it, live in it, max out retirement, build real emergency funds, and still have breathing room. And more importantly, why the vast majority of people watching this, probably including you, even if you make $200,000, $250,000, or even $350,000 household income, are not in that group, and trying to force it will cost you far more than just money. No hype, no manifested nonsense, just the updated, brutal 2026 numbers. If you've ever looked at $1 million listing and thought someday, maybe us, this video will either give you the clarity you need or stop you from making one of the most expensive mistakes of your life. Let's dive in. So let's get real about what $1 million actually represents in early 2026. First, some quick national context. The median U.S. home price right now is hovering around $410,000 to $435,000. Fred data shows Q2 2025 at $410,800, with forecasts from Redfin, Zillow, and others pointing to very modest growth of 0 to 2% into 2026, essentially flat or slightly up nationally. That means a $1 million home sits solidly in the top 10 to 15% most expensive homes across the country. In super high-cost metros like the Bay Area, Seattle, Boston suburbs, New York metro areas, LO/Orange County, San Diego, Denver/Boulder, or core Austin, $1 million is basically upper-middle-class starter or move-up housing these days. It's not luxury anymore, it's just nice family home in a good zip code. But zoom out to most of the U.S., the Midwest, much of the South, many Sunbelt suburbs, and $1 million still buys genuine luxury, brand new construction, premium lot, high-end finishes, big yard, maybe a pool or mountain view. Now the part that really matters, the true monthly cost of owning one. Assume a 30-year fixed mortgage at today's realistic rates around 6.10 to 6.20% as of early February 2026 per Freddie Mac PMMS, at 6.10% as of late January, with Bankrate and others showing similar levels around 6.11 to 6.16%. 10% down, $100,000 to loan $900,000, to principal and interest approximately $5,780 to $5,950 per month. 20% down, $200,000, to loan $800,000, to principal and interest approximately $5,140 to $5,290 per month. Then layer on the unavoidable extras. Property taxes, national average, effective rate around 0.9 to 1. 1% to $750 to $1,000 per month, higher in high-tax states like New Jersey, Illinois, Texas, or parts of California. Homeowners insurance $400 to $800 per month, scaled up for $1 million dwelling coverage. Many areas seeing 10 to 20% annual increases due to reinsurance and weather risks. Maintenance and repair safe rule is 1.2 to 2% of home value per year to $1,000 to $1,667 per month. Averaged covers: roof, HVAC, plumbing, appliances, landscaping, the real hits that come in the first 5 to 10 years. HOA fees, very common in newer high-end subdivisions, $200 to $600 per month. Higher utilities, bigger square footage, more. AC/heat pool, if present, plus $200 to $400 per month. Added all up, PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance plus realistic maintenance plus HOA plus extra utilities, and the true all-in monthly cost usually lands between $8,000 and $11,000 plus. For most people actually living in a $1 million home right now, the number hitting their checking account every month is $9,000 to $10,500. That's not the glossy Zillow estimate. That's real cash flowing out every single month to banks, counties, insurers, contractors, and utility companies. And this is just the setup. Next, we'll break down the minimum household income you actually need to handle this without becoming completely house poor. Stay with me, it's about to get even clearer why so few people can truly afford this level comfortably. Now that we know the real monthly hit is $9,000 to $10,500 for most $1 million homeowners, the next obvious question is, what household income do you actually need to handle this without turning into a textbook case of house poor banks will approve you at crazy debt-to-income ratios, sometimes up to 43 to 50% or more with strong credit and reserves. But bank-approved and actually affordable without wrecking your life are two completely different universes. Here's the realistic breakdown for 2026 conservative/financial advisor rule. What most fire-minded planners, CFP professionals, and long-term wealth builders recommend: total housing costs, all in including maintenance, should be no more than 25% of your gross household income. For $9,000 to $10,500 monthly housing, you need $432,000 to $504,000 plus gross per year before taxes. That's roughly the top 3 to 5% of US households right now. Still reasonably comfortable, what many solid financial planners consider safe for upper middle class families who want to live normally. Housing less than or equal to 30 to 33% of gross income. That translates to $327,000 to $420,000 gross household income. At this level, you can still max out retirement accounts, build a solid emergency fund, save for kids' college, take real vacations, and not panic every time a repair bill arrives. Technically possible, but tight/high-risk house poor territory. What a lot of people actually do when they stretch housing, eating up 35 to 45% plus of gross income. That drops the required gross to $240,000 to $340,000 per year. Yes, you can get approved. Yes, you can make the payments. But in reality, you're living paycheck to paycheck on a six-figure income, terrified of job loss, skipping retirement contributions, beyond the match, delaying home repairs, and cutting every corner on lifestyle. That's not affording the house, that's surviving it. Now add the real-life extras that most people forget to factor in when they run the numbers, maxing 401ks plus IRAs plus HS. As for both spouses, leads to easily $50,000 to $70,000 plus per year. Building and maintaining a true emergency fund, 12 to 24 months of expenses at this lifestyle level equals $150,000 to $300,000 plus liquid. College savings or private school tuition if you have kids. 2 reliable cars, family travel, eating out occasionally, hobbies, gifts, charity, unexpected life events, medical, family support, etc. When you bake all that in, the comfortable, sustainable threshold for owning a $1 million home in 2026 without constant financial stress pushes up to $400,000 to $600,000 plus gross household income for most families. That's dual high earners in tech, finance, medicine, law, or one superstar income with significant equity /RSUs /windfalls. Anything below that, especially in the $250,000 to $400,000 range, which feels rich to most Americans, usually means massive trade-offs. No meaningful investing outside the house. Tiny emergency fund. High anxiety if rates reset, one spouse loses income, or a big repair hits. Bottom line, the bank says yes at $300,000 income. The math and your actual life says no unless you're willing to be house poor for a decade or more. We'll look next at who is actually buying and comfortably living in these homes right now. The real profiles, not the Instagram version. Stay tuned, it's eye-opening. So who are the people actually pulling this off in 2026 without living in constant financial fear? Here are the 4 main real-world profiles we see dominating $1 million home purchases right now, based on transaction data, mortgage reports, and what financial advisors quietly observe in high-cost areas. Profile 1: high-earning dual-income couples, tech, finance, medicine, law. Household gross income $450,000 to $900,000, plus per year often $500,000 to $700,000 common. Typical setup: software engineer plus product manager / director at big tech. 2 senior finance roles: physician specialist plus high-earning spouse tech / finance / consulting or attorney partner plus spouse in corporate / executive track. Age range: usually 32 to 45, often DINK's double income. No kids or young families with 1 to 2 children. Down payment 20 to 40%, $200,000 to $400,000, plus cash, frequently from RSUs vesting bonuses or prior home equity. Locations: Core Bay Area, San Francisco, Palo Alto, San Jose, Seattle, Bellevue, Kirkland, Boston suburbs, NYC, Metro, Westchester, Long Island, NJ commuter towns, LA/OC, San Diego, Coastal, Denver / Boulder, Central, Austin. Why they can afford it comfortably: their combined income covers the $9,000 to $10,500 monthly all-in, easily, often less than 30% of gross. They max 401k / mega backdoor. Roths have 6-figure emergency funds and still travel internationally and save aggressively for kids' education. This is the classic comfortable $1 million homeowner group. Profile 2: single high earner or entrepreneur with a windfall. Household gross income $350,000 to $700,000, plus 1 dominant earner plus spouse, often lower or non-working. Typical job / sources: VP / director. At FANG or Unicorn, successful startup founder, exit or secondary sale, private equity / hedge fund principal, surgeon / orthopedist, or serial entrepreneur with liquidity event. Down payment often 30 to 50% plus thanks to stock / RSU liquidity, inheritance, or business sale proceeds. Why they win: the high base plus variable comp bonuses / RSUs makes the payment feel manageable, and they treat the house as part of a broader wealth portfolio, not their only asset. Many in this group are still building toward multi-million net worth. Profile 3: solid income plus significant bank of mom and dad help, personal / household income $180,000 to $350,000, often 1 high earner plus spouse but parents / grandparents. Gift or loan $300,000 to $600,000, plus for down payment or cosign / guarantee. Common in coastal cities, expensive suburbs, especially first-time buyers in their late 20s to mid-30s. Reality: without that large external cash injection, the monthly numbers would crush them. With it, they slide into the comfortable zone faster, but many still feel pressure if the gift was a loan or if family expectations come attached. Profile 4. The hidden house poor stretchers. Household income $280,000 to $400,000 feels high but stretched thin. Set up 5 to 10% down often, FHA/VAA, or low down conventional aggressive ARM or high DT. 45 to 60% plus, sometimes using side income or bonuses to qualify. Lifestyle reality 50% plus of take home goes to housing arrow. No meaningful investing beyond 401k match, tiny emergency fund. Constant stress over job security, delayed repairs. No real vacations, kids in public schools only, no private/tutors. They own the house, post the photos, but quietly admit in financial planning sessions, "We're making it work," but barely. This group is growing in high-cost areas as people chase the dream despite the math. These are the people who are actually closing on $1 million homes in 2026 and not imploding. If your household income doesn't match one of the first 3 profiles, or you don't have massive external help, then forcing it usually lands you in profile 4, or worse. Next, we'll break down exactly why even $300,000 to $400,000 households can't really afford it, the post-tax math that crushes the illusion. Stay with me. Let's get brutally honest about the $300,000 to $400,000 household income range, the bracket where a lot of people think we're doing well. We can swing a $1 million home if we stretch a little. On paper, it sounds plausible. Banks approve you. You qualify for the loan. You see friends or colleagues doing it. But when you run the after-tax real-life numbers, the illusion falls apart fast. Take a typical $350,000 gross household income in 2026, a common stretch point in high-cost areas. After federal plus state taxes, assuming moderate tax state like Texas or Florida, or even California/NY with deductions plus FICA, you're left with roughly $220,000 to $250,000 net take-home per year. About $18,300 to $20,800 per month. Now subtract the realistic housing cost. We establish $9,000 to $10,500 per month. All in PTE plus maintenance plus HOA plus utilities. That's $108,000 to $126,000 per year going straight to the house. Percentage of net income eaten by housing 45% to 52%, sometimes higher if taxes or insurance spike. What's left for everything else in a month? $8,300 to $11,800 net after housing. Sounds decent until you list what everything else actually includes at this lifestyle level. Maxing retirement. 401k plus IRA plus backdoor. Roth for both spouses to $2,000 to $3,000 plus per month desired. Building/maintaining emergency fund. 12 to 24 months expenses equals $100,000 to $200,000 plus goal at this income. Kids 5 to 9 college savings or private school/tutoring. 2 cars insurance, gas maintenance, depreciation. Health insurance premiums if not fully employer-covered, groceries, eating out occasionally. Travel, hobbies, gifts, charity home upgrades, unexpected costs, medical co-pays, family support, etc. After those basics, you're often left with very little buffer, sometimes just a few $100s a month wiggle room. No aggressive investing outside the house. Emergency fund stays tiny or gets raided. Repairs get delayed, leading to bigger problems later. Vacations become staycations. Kids' activities get cut. And every month feels like walking a tightrope. Now imagine one real shock hits, job loss or income dip, tech layoffs, bonus cut, side gig dries up. Major repair $20,000 to $50,000, roof/HVAC/foundation. Medical emergency or family need. Suddenly that we're making it work turns into a full financial crisis, credit card debt, pulling from retirement with penalties, or even forced sale at a bad time. This is the core truth. At $300,000 to $400,000 gross, owning a $1 million home isn't affording it. It's enduring it, surviving month to month with high-stress limited options and stalled wealth building elsewhere. You own the asset on paper, but your cash flow freedom and peace of mind are poorer than many renters in the same income bracket who invest the difference. The house didn't make you richer. It quietly made life harder. In the final part, we'll wrap it up with a clear reality check and the questions you need to ask yourself right now. Don't stop yet. This is where the decision gets real. We've gone through the full picture now. A $1 million home in 2026 is not impossible to own, but it has become genuine luxury, not the normalized next step that social media and real estate hype make it seem. Only households in the top 5 to 10% of earners in their region, or those with massive external support like large family gifts, windfalls, or equity events, can truly afford one comfortably, meaning they can pay the $9,000 to $11,000 plus monthly all-in cost, still max retirement contributions, build a robust emergency fund, save for kids' future travel meaningfully, and sleep without constant financial anxiety. For everyone else, even solid earners in the $250,000 to $400,000 range, the math usually forces painful trade-offs, compressed lifestyle, stalled investing, high stress, and reduced life options. You end up owning $1 million asset on paper while feeling poorer in cash flow freedom and peace of mind than many renters who invest the difference wisely. So here's your no BS reality check. 4 hard questions to ask yourself honestly before you ever make an offer on a $1 million property. Can my household comfortably afford $9,000 to $11,000 per month in total housing costs, all in, and still live a normal, enjoyable life, maxing retirement, building savings, taking real vacations, and not stressing every month? Do I have $200,000 to $400,000 plus in liquid cash ready for a strong down payment, 20 to 40% without wiping out my emergency fund or other liquidity? Is my household income in the top 5 to 10% of my local market? Or do I have significant family wealth / external help to bridge the gap? Am I genuinely willing to accept being house poor for 10 to 15 years, sacrificing aggressive wealth building elsewhere, lifestyle flexibility, and financial breathing room just to say I own $1 million home? If the honest answer to most of these is no, then no, you cannot actually afford it right now. Not comfortably, not sustainably, not without serious long-term cost to your net worth and quality of life. Final advice: don't chase the number $1 million just because it sounds normal now, or because everyone on Instagram is posting about it. Choose the home price that actually protects your cash flow and gives you more financial freedom, not less. A house is a place to live, not the fastest path to wealth in 2026. So where do you stand? Have you been tempted by $1 million listings lately? Do you fall into one of the comfortable profiles, or are you realizing the stretch is too big? Drop a comment below with your rough situation, household income, current savings / down payment amount, city / metro area target price range, if any, and I'll give you straight no fluff feedback on whether it's realistic for you. Thanks for sticking with me through the whole thing. This isn't the feel-good message you see everywhere, but it's the one that can actually save you from years of regret. See you in the next one. Make the choice that builds real options, not handcuffs.